What's up, everybody? It is Tuesday, May 24th at 8:05 p.m. It's time to do a little market review, and I'm going to try to fit in the trade setups as well. So looking at the SPY today, it was an interesting day, a bit of a breakout. The SPY broke above the 50-day moving average and then continued higher back into this range at nearing 208 here. Closed below 208, but it'll be interesting to see what happens tomorrow, whether it can get up above that number here and travel towards the 210 by the end of the week. We'll have to see. One of the things that's a little bit interesting, the things that I kind of harp on, is volume. So volume wasn't really there, which is a little concerning. Now, this definitely looks like a breakout from a consolidation pattern here, a little kind of bull flag, kind of downward momentum, and then a break higher. The volume is concerning, though, so that's something, a bit of a warning flag for me. You'd like to see some volume come in. Otherwise, we could be going back down in short order. However, along with the SPY, we saw Apple continue, and it kind of looks like it wants to go in and fill the gap. I would not be surprised, and in fact, I'm definitely would be bullish here on Apple until it hits the 100 level. So it closed here at 97.9, so that's a couple dollars there to go to that 100 number, which could be psychological, and also I think there could possibly be some resistance there as well. If we look at a little bit of resistance possibly there, and then after that it's I would guess it would fill the gap here at 104.35. So definitely some upside possible in Apple, and that affected the Qs obviously, and had some follow through on the Russell as well. And gold had a bit of a breakdown here, so it fell down to the bottom of this. It's falling towards the bottom of this consolidation area here after this upswing. It'll be interesting to see how far we go from here. So 116 is kind of the area that it looks like it wants to go to, and so we'll see if it goes there, and if it does, if it will stabilize and bounce there at 116 and possibly drift back up to the 120 range. I would expect it to take a lot more work to travel below 116. Looking at oil had a bullish day. Again, still below the 200-day moving average, and which has been acting as resistance, but it looks like it wants to break it. And a lot of the trade setups that I had the last few days were long oil and gas stocks. So the strategies that I have were actually predicting a break in oil, and so I'm positioned that way. So I expect oil to break. Now this is all interesting because the dollar has just continued to be strong. It went up, which makes sense why gold would go down, but with the markets going up also, that kind of leads to kind of this massive, well, not, I wouldn't say massive, but it's very bullish on the economy. When the dollar and the indexes or indices move together, that up or down, that's particularly bullish on the U.S. economy. So because when the dollar goes up, that's generally a little bit of a drag on stocks, and when the dollar goes down, it's usually buoys stocks a little bit. So for them to go in tandem, that's either, bullish on the economy or bearish, depending on the direction. So interesting to see where we go from here. I'd like to see some continuation with volume to make sure that this that just at some point sellers aren't just going to step in and just hit this right back down. So time will tell on that. Looking at some of the strategy plays that we have, WMT. So these are for June expiration. So WMT triggered. As you can see, it had what appears to be some interesting earnings gap here, down and up, and it looks like it broke above this kind of top resistance area and closed above it as well. So we're bullish that triggered, so that's bullish through June 17th. So you try to get in at maybe 70, 67.5 or something, whatever the options have for a vertical put spread. Sell a vertical put spread. That's generally what I do. However, you can obviously just go long the stock, etc., etc. Let's look at some of these other ones. So we have G. So I haven't looked at these to see if there's any mergers and acquisitions and everything. Obviously, you want to do all of that before entering a trade based off of a strategy that's triggered. You want to make sure that there's aren't any mergers, acquisitions, etc., etc. So we have this one as a long. So you can see it looks like the market, kind of this pullback, and then a nice heavy bar over the 50-day moving average to kind of makes it look like it wants to go higher from here. WBS, same thing. Actually, this has been going up for a little while. Had this nice dip, and now looks very bullish. So I would expect this to continue for a while. PRAA. So this is one that looks like a gap fill play. It would try to fill the what appears to be the earnings gap here. So it looks like it wants to drift up into this resistance area. So this might actually be one where you would want to buy some options, saying that it goes up and hits this area, or go long the stock and then sell it when it hits this resistance area of 28.40, something like that. Alright, so the semiconductor stock here, again, looks like a nice breakout. This is actually one that I wouldn't necessarily be as interested in. It looks like it could have some resistance in the not too distant future here. So obviously it does look bullish. It does look like it wants to break out, but this might actually not be the breakout point for this stock. HMHC also triggered, so this is also one that I wouldn't necessarily be interested in. Now it does look like it very well could have this steep down track here that it probably will want to go and retrace half of it or something to get back up to the 1841 level. However, I think right now there's better opportunities. So Oxy, this is oil and gas play that previously we were in. That previously triggered New Skins. This is an interesting one. Again, looks like a consolidation period that with the golden cross there, and so we're moving higher there. ESRX. I'm running out of time, so I'm just going to show these stocks and we'll move on from there. So Express Scripts, Herbalife, which is one I would stay away from, just a lot of volatility. EOG, oil and gas stock. Noble, which has been on our list for a while, so I'm actually in this one at 35, 32.5. Sold a put spread there. And RSPP previously triggered as well. So yeah, it looks like we may be heading higher from here. After that, the pullback may be over. We want to see some volume come in for confirmation on the SPY. But with that being said, trade them well. God bless. Good luck. Great trading. Thanks.